and welcome to a special episode of Notes from the Trail. My name is Katie. You also can find me elsewhere online as terrierlanding on Instagram and Ravelry for those yarny people. Today is a special episode because I'm going to do a WIP parade. This was requested by a couple of viewers, and so I figured I would film one. I wasn't sure how many WIPs I would do, or I should say not how many, but which hobbies I would cover, since I do quite a few. So I kind of narrowed it down to anything that uses embroidery floss that I have handy. I'm sure I have some hidden projects somewhere, because I do have some that are elsewhere in storage, but anyway, these are the handy ones, mostly cross stitch today, and I think one embroidery and one punch needle. So that'll cover this. I definitely can film another WIP parade that includes like my knitting, any crochet, other yarn related items, and sewing. I kind of figured this was easier because I do have a visual of what the finished product will look like, versus some of the other ones, you know, it's kind of harder to show, and I have never tried adding images to a video, so we could try that too. You can let me know if you want to see those projects or not. I certainly can do this again. So, long intro, but let's get started. So these are going to be a variety of things, and some I haven't touched. Actually, a couple, when I was pulling these out, I forgot I'd started them, so that's always a fun thing. So that meant there were more than I thought there were. So I will start with a small one that I definitely could finish very quickly if I sat down and did it, and this is one I consequently forgot I had started. I used to buy like the magazines at the craft store a lot. So this is from one of the UK cross-stitching magazines, the free kit part. I have just one of the ornaments started, one of the middles. I have not done any of the other ones, and I am not even sure, looking at it, which one it probably is. More than likely it is this one down here. So this could be a really quick project. I think I stopped it initially because they provide you with Ada, and it calls for like quarter stitches, and I had never done those before, and not that they're hard. I don't know, found it a little challenging at the time, so this one I have not seen for a while. Maybe we'll set it aside and finish that for this Christmas. So anyway, this next one, I just have everything piled, so no order. So this is going to be an embroidery project, again from another magazine. This one is from Molly Makes. Well, issue 50. I don't really know. It doesn't have a date on it. And it is the free kit that was included, this bear. It's kind of a picture of what it looks like finished. Again, another easy one, and this one I started, so at least 5 years ago. I have lived in my house for 5 years, and I kind of think of things pre-move and post-move. This was a pre-move, so it's been 5 years, and probably the ornament was too. Oh, so bad that I really need to finish these, but anyway, he's a little dusty. Have just a little bit done, and again, this one really would not take very long to do. The back does not require any stitching, it's just the front, and then of course, you know, sew them together and stuff him. This designer, Kariki, I don't really know if that's right, but this is the name of the designer of this kit. She also sells other kits of other animals, and I have several of them in my stash to start. If you like this sort of thing, I mean, they're really cute, and it's pretty small. She screen prints the animal and then gives instructions on how to embroider. You can't get this bear from her, but like I said, I have somewhere in my stash, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. And then she did do another free kit with a magazine that I have been unsuccessful in hunting down on eBay, but this one is another one that I probably could finish in a day, a night or something if I sat down and did it. So, next is also a really old start. I have, oh, I only grabbed the image here. So Alicia Paulson is a designer. She does cross stitch. She also does sewing and knitting. She does a variety of things. She has a blog, and I cannot remember the name of the blog right now, but it's Alicia Paulson. She, for a number of years, did ornament kits, and so I have all of them. I have only started one, and that is this mitten here. And sadly, I am pretty sure I started this almost, well, 7 or 8 years ago, because I'm just thinking of the job I had. I was working on it and had my lunch breaks. Anyway, digression. This is as far as I am on this mitten. All of these ornaments really would not be too hard to do, and they are cute. I'm pretty sure she still has some kits, and if not, she does sell the patterns for it. The one other one, because it was like 3 ornaments a year. Anyway, I'm rambling on about this. I will try to remember to link her blog below if you are interested, because they are really adorable. There is this mitten. Of course, it's double-sided. This is the side I'm working on, so I do still have to embroider this other side. This kit also had this polar bear, which does involve a little knitting, but would not be too terrible if you're not clear with knitting. Anyway, I obviously knit. But yeah, these are cute, and I keep having a goal of finishing them all in 1 year, because I know they wouldn't take long, and I just don't. So this is, I should say, this is a little different if you just cross stitch on like woven fabrics, because this is on felt. So this is, now I'm blanking on the name of it, but it is, you know, it's an even weave little piece that, you know, I basted onto the felt in order to get evenly spaced cross stitches. And then once I'm done, I'll snip it away and pull it out. It has a name, a technical name, and again, I'm blanking on it. But it is very useful if you want to cross stitch something on any other sort of fabric and you want them to be even. Of course, you can do cross stitches freehand and then they'll be wonky, and which also I like the look of that, but for this purpose it was recommended. Actually, you know what, it says on here, it's called waste canvas. If you're at the craft store, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, they all probably have it. Anyway, enough about this ornament. They're really cute, and pulling it out really makes me want to keep it out. So again, more projects. I'm going to probably say that about all these. Just to be clear that I want to finish all of them right now. And I guess I'll go with my other, like, not full-on cross stitch. I, years ago, wanted to try punch needle, and I know it's really popular right now. So I bought this kit. It is from Dimensions, and it is a rooster. So I bought this kit to try and got all of this done. It looks so horrible because it's not dense. I mean, obviously my first time, the back is a mess. And that of course is the design, and this hoop is probably not ideal. The only reason I'm not ditching this, because I do want to try punch needle again. I have other materials to do it on other fabrics, you know, base fabrics. This is not the same as what I have for other things. I want to finish it because I think this will be a good one to get better at it, obviously, so then I can really like the finished objects of future ones. So it will have value, and it's not really that bad, but I don't even know if they make these kits anymore, but if they do and you want to try it, you know, this probably was fairly inexpensive to pick up, and it had everything. I don't think it did not come with a punch needle, but it came with everything else, so that is another WIP. Alright, so now I have pure cross stitch. Some of these you have seen before because I have worked on them. Some have not seen light of day for probably at least a year, but again, I want to finish all of these still, otherwise I would abandon them. I have two Mill Hill kits, larger ones. The first one here is called Santa's Visit, and I am not very far. I'm still working on the border, and it has nothing to do with the kit. It's cute, and I know these stitch up so fast, especially this one. I mean, it really isn't. It's not fully stitched like some of them. Maybe for this winter. I do remember I started this other one last fall. It's Country Mill. Excuse me. I don't plan on editing that out, so I apologize. Country Mill. And I remember starting it in the fall because it is very autumnal. And I am pretty sure, yeah, this is the top. So I have the green border and was starting on the sky. It's not really that far either. This one is more full coverage, so will take a little bit longer than the Santa, but you know, these don't take that long if you sit and work on them. So that is another one. This is one you have seen before, and it is A Most Noble Pursuit. I had been talking to a friend, Leah, Miss Aviatrix Stitcher, and about this one because it has the date on here twice. I ideally would get this finished tomorrow. I am very optimistic in how long it takes me to finish things, but ideally tomorrow, right? Just like everything. Of course, it's not going to take me that fast. The first block is what I have finished here, and then I've started the border on the second. This first one took me a couple months, so obviously not going to finish 9 other ones in the 4 months and change left of this year. But it has the year in 2 places. In the next block I'm going to be doing, and in the last block, yep, the last block has it. So she suggested in talking that I do, when I do this block, say I do finish it this year, 2019, as I work through, if I finish this in 2020, then I do that. And so it has both, like when I actually stitch the block, and I kind of like the idea of that. So that is the plan. I do want to get back to this one. I just kind of set it aside for other things. Well, yeah, that one is a good one, and definitely will take me more than just one day. My other another larger one, I should say, because I have other larger ones in here, is Mary Clayton. You have also seen this recently. I recently found out there's going to be a stitch along on Instagram for this design in October. So I think she will be getting some more love. Maybe I will even make it a goal to finish her in October. I have not worked on her since I showed her on my last video that she appeared. The biggest thing that is going to take time is the house, of course, because it takes up a good chunk of the pattern of the design. But yeah, she will be coming out more. I definitely want to do that stitch along, so maybe I can finish her in October. Definitely a good goal. Another, probably the largest piece I have here is the preschooler alphabet. Everybody loves this one. Several people are stitching this one as well. I actually lucked out and got all these charts on clearance at the former L&S that was local to me in Nordic Needle in Fargo. They have sadly closed, but I did score all of these on clearance. So they are the original cardstock in good condition. So of course I had to snag them up, but that's what that looks like. I am not very far. I am on A still. I'm stitching this 1/1 on a 25 count fabric, and it's going to all be one piece, much like everyone, you know, the usual. I think I'm going to do the three rows of 9 is my plan. I haven't touched this for a while because I had the goal of like finishing the whole thing in a year, and yeah, we can see how far that went. If there's anything to be learned about me, is I have a disconnect on how much time I have to work on things and how long they take. But that's okay. I laugh about it because it's kind of funny. I just never learn. So we'll move on to the next one. This is Fruit Basket Pendant from Heartstring Samplery. I bought this as a kit from her online store on Etsy. Another one, it's small. It is on gauze. I have just this little start, and it is so tiny, but another one that I definitely could finish very quickly, I'm sure. A few days, less than a week anyway. That's what we're going to say for my definition of very quickly. Another Heartstring Samplery I have is the Philip Foster Farmhouse. I got this one as the kit from Country Sampler because I was part of that club that they ran last year. So I have the other ones in the other kits from the other 3 others, I think, to do. I was going to kind of do them one by one. I am so close on this. Really, I just need to finish up the house, this tree, and the borders. I do remember with this, a couple of the floss colors were really close. So I subbed in a different color, and I don't have them handy, and I don't know offhand without looking at it which is which. But when I work on this again, I will try to remember to talk about that. It's really cute. I have a frame to finish this already too, so I need to get on that. I have one Mirabilia project. I bought all these kits of the fairies. This is New Year's Eve. I had started this over a year ago, I think, intending to do one as the holidays came up, and what I discovered when I was stitching her is I had this wing on this over here too far towards her, I think. So I had to rip it out and I put her down, and I've not touched her since. This did stitch up really quick, so I have no doubts that she will be quick to finish once I get back to her, and it just was kind of like annoying. As we all know, I would have to frog out an entire wing, but I have the other ones, like I said, to do of those, as well as full-size projects. This one, I don't have the print out of what it looks like finished. I just have the pattern, and it's a pay for pattern, so I am not going to show that. It's from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. If I remember, I will try to add an image somewhere here. I have no promises that I can figure that out with my editing software. But this is Spring Sampler. I am doing it on a sparkly Ada. I don't really know if that's coming across. And I have not touched this one for a while either. I was going to do all the boxes and then fill in so I didn't have to change colors so often. So I'll get back to that. I have the other ones to do too. And in due time, I will get back to those. Let's see. So I have another Prairie Schooler. I am doing the Santa, the 12 Days of Christmas. I have a love for the 12 Days of Christmas story, song. It's just one of my things, and I do like Santas. I did not do much on this, and I did some subbing out, it looks like. Not really sure what my notes mean, but when I talk about this in detail on a video, I will mention I only have this little bit started on the first one, just this hat. And I think I'm going to do all of these individually, but all on this fabric piece. So, again, those are really quick to stitch. You just have to find time, and not all of them can be done at once. Speaking of the 12 Days of Christmas, I have another one. This one is a free chart from Paulette from Plum Street on her blog. So I guess I'll show this first because you guys will know this design. Other people have done it. This is her 12 Days of Christmas. Here, these are, I dyed this fabric. Doesn't smell like coffee, so it was probably done with walnut. And I dyed the floss. I did this red, green, the black, and there is a gold. Actually, I have them here. So, and there's a problem with hand dyeing, and when I dyed the red, I did it, I dye fabric as well for quilting, and sometimes I'll throw in like some yardage of floss to dye with it, because it's, you know, in the dye bath, same content for fiber. And I did that with the red and did not have a plan for it, so I really didn't, I don't know, I didn't dye enough for this project. I am stalled on it because I'm so close to running out, and as you can see, I do not have very many of the blocks done. I have a dilemma. But anyway, here's my green. If you can see that. Black, which does have some variation. This gold. And my red is really, it's kind of a pinky red. So what I did earlier this week is I took all the red dyes I have and I tried to replicate this because I really would like to continue on with this color. I am not sure which one I used even after doing it, and they're all too dark. These are the two are the closest, but as you can see, this is lighter. So I don't know what I'm going to do. If I'm going to try again with less color and see if I can get closer, or I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm stalled on that until I can figure it out. I'm actually pretty sad because I really love this. I love this goose so much. Ugh. So I'm not sure if I can make it work with a darker one, blending. I don't know. If you have a suggestion, other than starting over, because I really do like the red I'm using, and I know ripping it out, so frustrated. Anyway, love this project. Would love, 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 love to finish it because I just love it. Yeah, if you have a suggestion on it, please, please share. I still probably will try to dye some more lighter reds, but we'll see how that can go. Anyway, this one I also don't have a copy of what it looks like finished. It's another frosted pumpkin. And I actually don't remember now what it's called. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to add that. This is a restart because I had stitched half of this on a lighter fabric, and the white was not showing up. With this one, I converted all the DMC to Fancy Floss, and I can share my conversion. I don't have it handy because it's somewhere else. But I did dye this fabric so it was darker, and then I restarted. I've kept the first start in case I need some of these other colors to finish, because it's been a long time since I bought the materials for this, because I bought it when this started, when this pattern came out, and at Nordic Needle. It was really nice having an LNS to do this, because I could color match the DMC to a Fancy Floss in person, because it's a little bit more challenging to do online. But yeah, that's this one. Haven't made it very far, and I don't remember the name of it. I'll put that on here. I think I can add words easily. Another frosted pumpkin, again, paid for pattern. I do not have actually this printed out at all because I'm looking at it digitally. It is the Fruit of the Month Club is what it's called. This is the orange, the first one. I'm doing all of these on perforated paper because I was going to turn them into magnets. I am not going to do, they all have the month as a banner underneath, and I'm not going to do that. I did see somebody on Instagram, and I'm not remembering right now who you are. I will add that. She is actually putting the name of the fruit in the banner, so that kind of piqued my interest a little bit. I might do that, I might not, but I for sure am just doing the fruits, and am going to turn them into refrigerator magnets. So that is another one. The last one of them that I don't have the final project or the product for to show. I have this kit, Dimensions kit by Debbie Mom. Stacked teacups. I'm sure it is one that is no longer sold. Yeah, the date on it is 1998. If you do like it though, it's cute. I just have the border I'm working on. Another one that would not be too difficult to finish. I have a thing for frosted pumpkin stitchery, so I do have the final picture of this. It's in black and white though. For the Fibery Friends sampler, I did buy this as a kit from them, so this is the fabric that they stitched it on, also in this image and color, obviously. And I am this far on it. Not very much. The only thing I don't like about some of these is you have to change colors so often. I do not like the monotony of stitching the same color for a long, long time, but I also do kind of like stitching a little bit longer with thread. I'm kind of picky apparently. This one is a recent start. I just started this over the weekend, I think. Needleworker from Little House Needleworks. And I did not grab the materials, but I have walnut crystals that I use to dye, but I also have a walnut ink spray that I bought at a craft store, and I decided to try to see what that would be like. So I just sprayed this piece of fabric down and let the color do its thing. There is a little variation, some drips, some spots, but I really liked it. I don't think I would personally buy the spray again because it's noted on there it's made from crystals, and I can do that myself and make my own strength of, you know, how much dye it would, you know, how dark it would be. That's what I want to say. But, you know, using it for this was nice. I really like it. This one is going pretty quickly. I don't imagine it'll take me more than a few more days max to finish. And this is a kit, a thread pack that you buy, so you get all the threads with this one from Little House. I've seen other people do it, and I already have the finishing materials for it, so really no reason to not finish. And my last embroidery slash cross stitch WIP is my Advent Animals. You've seen this one too. The one I'm working on right now is Pearly Pig. This is what she looks like. I'm not going to take out fabric here, but this is where I am. I've just done the white snow and the border. These are quick to do. Working on them, they are so cute. They are free on Brooks Books website as downloads. There's 25 of them. I am doing them all on one. It is charted with a running stitch border, and I changed it to cross stitch, and I'm adding this green border in between, which I have said before. I think this fabric is 32 or 36 count. I don't remember right now, and I don't have my notes. Yeah, these are cute. They're free. Stitch them if you like them, or just one or two. They are so adorable. So